Namaste, namaste, family of light. Let's all take a deep breath and let's all become centered. Let's just do that. There's so much energy going on out there. So let's remember to all breathe and become centered. Okay. And I do want to talk about um, an important topic. So I'm going to go into Facebook Live, do the little chat. Okay. And it no longer, it's changed, but that's okay. Nothing remains the same. So we just work with what we got. Okay. And it's the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light. Go live. And I'm going to talk about raising the importance of raising our frequency consciously. Frequency, the importance of raising our frequency and maintaining it. Okay, and this is going to go on the Cosmic Center page and go live. Okay, we are going live. Namaste, namaste, family of light. As the Ascended Masters always say, thank you for showing up because we do have a choice as to everything in this reality bite. We have choices. And my understanding is quite remarkable. And it is one of the things, or one of the most, let's just say, honored thing that is protected, as I understand, is our ability to have choice. The choice is like, nah, their choice, your choice, because our choices really is the measure and the direction of our life, the choices that we make. And not to say that there aren't other timelines of other possible choices that's still going on, and I believe that to be true. So, but we're just going to narrow it to this particular time space that we're in right now. And I'm going to talk about this time space. There's so much that when you can go out and really expand, it's mind-boggling as to how much reality bites are out there, possibilities, timelines, convergences, levels of understanding, levels of experiences. I mean, it's just beyond our comprehension that, if you go too far out, you may not be able to come back. And I've seen that happen to people. They got stuck someplace and they're not able to differentiate one reality from the other. A lot of times when I see people like that, I love them, God bless them. But somewhere there's been, and I've met many, that no longer is there the discernment to say, I'm in this time space reality, not in this one, not in this one. Now, there are those who say, I'm in this time space reality. I'm also aware that I operate in this time space reality, but I know the difference and I can discern. Sometimes there are those individuals that gets crossed and they can't. And they are living, I would say, a very multi-dimensional experience in that moment, wherever they are in whatever timeline. Blessing to them because they bring information in and so forth. So it's a hodgepodge of just so much stuff that's out there. I just want to kind of narrow it in, okay, into this timeline, this time, space that we're experiencing in this moment. In this moment. In this moment, there's a lot that I sure don't know. I know how much I don't know. I know how much I don't know. Okay, but what I do know in this experience is that our focus right now is to be as positive as possible, to come from the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love. Not to say that we're blind to other things that are going on. I'm not saying that, but I'm talking in terms of our own journey. Okay, and I'm going to talk about it being very personalized right now. Very personal. Of course, we're part of a collective. And there's a group collective, there's a family collective, there's a country collective. There's all of those. Well, let's just bring it into our personal one right now, just our personal collective. And that's one thing that we can have mastery over is our personal, individual, collective. And we have choices. And there's a lot that I don't know that can be confusing, sometimes conflicting. Okay, but the one thing I do know is that if we focus on raising our energy, and I have the some of the masters back there who have spoken about that, where you see the halo over their head, a halo of illumination, which is keeping the frequency high. One of the highest frequencies in all of creation and in all cultures, they speak of this, in all religions, philosophies, and so forth, is unconditional love. It's the source of love emanating everything through as it goes out into the multiverse, moves whatever distortions or the further away, things begin to co-create a little bit differently. I don't know the source of all what that is, but what I do know is that as we become conscious beings, realizing that we're powerful creators, we actually contribute to outcomes. We contribute to outcomes because we're part of the co-creational process. Okay, and so you have everybody has their puzzle piece. You have the scientists, you have the inventors, you have the prophets, you have the doctors, you have all different work, the writers, the painters, the philosophers. Everybody has their puzzle piece, and no one is homogeneous in that everybody's brain is wired a certain way and do the exact thing. The one thing that we can say simply by our timeline and just looking out into the universe is that there's so much diversity. It's a tremendous amount of diversity that's out there. And so you have to say, well, okay, I have to be honoring of the diversity that is out there. I have to be, and at the end of the day, everything is one. We all source into one. Now, are there miscreations or what I call ignorance and the forgetfulness of who we truly are? And is it part to learn, schoolhouse earth? I think there's many layers of things. And I do think that each individual has their own peculiar, specific, unique to them path, as well as being part of the collective. We all contribute in our own way. But one of the things that I do feel for all of us that are light workers, that are wanderers, that are star seeds, okay, and you know who you are. Okay, we all know who we are. Okay, usually the black sheep of the family, or the one that nobody is crazy. And there's many different names, okay, and have been throughout the ages. I always look and say, well, look what they did to Jesus. I feel I'm in good company. The Pharisees said he was crazy. He thinks he's God. He thinks he can walk on water. Well, guess what? He could. All right. So I'm jealous. Uh-oh, my power is being threatened. Uh-oh, I have to attack that person or those groups of people, the Cathars, and it goes on and on and on and on. So we now come to a point in our consciousness individually and saying, all right, I'm now to a point of understanding that I do have an important part to play. And how am I going to use this? And what's the easiest way for me to use this as I go about my life, my day-to-day life? I have to be in a 3D world. I have to make money. I got to pay for shelter. I have to have food. I have responsibilities. I have all those things. That's part of the earthly experience, but it's that other side of us that has always been with us. Okay, May has gone to sleep a little bit, but it awakens up at whatever point in time it does. And that's like the authentic, true soul self of who you are. And that part is saying that is eternal, that you have come here. Many of us have already ascended. We're back here again to help out. That's many. That's most. We've already done this. We're back here to help out. Why? Because we have the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love. That's why. I'm going to hone the skills that I learned in Atlantis. I'm going to now understand. I have a higher awakening or a perspective that I got from my lifetime in Egypt or Lemuria or wherever, or as a Viking, okay, or as a king, or, as a peasant, as whatever it is. And all that collective is to who we are right now as light workers, okay, and the various categories we come in, indigos, wanderers, star seeds. I mean, there's a whole bunch. Okay, is that we are here in this moment and we don't know what to do, or we're still trying to find our mission. The one thing that we can do is improve ourselves. That's one thing that we can do, is that we could say, okay, I'm going to try to improve a better version of myself tomorrow. I'm going to see, like what I try to do is I want to keep my vibration a certain level, but it's real easy for thoughts to come into your mind and bring that right down. Whether that's a judgment or you become reactive or whatever it is, say, how can I maintain that energy even when challenged? Okay. Even when challenged, to come from that point of unconditional love, that you don't react. You now in mastery where you simply act, where you simply act. So it is an ongoing journey. Okay, but how can we now, what I want to say, have a journey in the years to come with as much ease and grace? Because there's a lot of different things going on a planetary level that is good, bad, and ugly, that can be disruptive. How do we maneuver that for ourselves and thus for ourselves, for our family, for those we love, and for our community? And the only way that we know for sure the highest frequency that's out there, that I call our armor of God, that protects us, that guides us, that leads us, okay, that is real simple for me, is coming from that place of unconditional love, and work as high and as much as you can to really fine tune that, where that's your operation. That's your MO on a regular basis. Okay, so boy, nothing upsets that guy. Nothing rattles that person's cage. Wow, they're just smooth as a cucumber. What is that? That takes development. That takes development. Okay, and so wherever you are, first is understanding the major diversity that's among us, and just understanding may be different from you or not understanding that. Of course, discernment, never saying do you accept something that is not correct or right. You could say, no, I do not accept that in my field, or that's unacceptable, but I don't judge that person. I haven't walked in their shoes, but that behavior is not acceptable here. That's different. But you don't say, I cast you out forever into the outer darkness, never to come back. No, that's not coming. I find a way and pray for you that you will come into your own healing, whatever that may be. And it's different for everybody. It is a new level of understanding as we raise our own personal frequency and really practice it. I mean, really practice it. Like, oh, I have that thought. Let me change it in that moment. Or I feel my hand, oh, let me change that in a moment. Become conscious of it and just really kind of work at it. You raise your vibration, you keep your vibration up. And guess what? You are helping the collective, for those that don't even have a clue of what we're talking about. They don't even have a clue. Okay. So we're holding it up for everybody. So I challenge everyone that you can say to yourself, how can I improve myself tomorrow? What can I do differently? Or what do I need more practice of? Or what can I'm going to learn to breathe when this comes up, or whatever the case may be. The idea is for us to become every day better versions or the highest versions of ourselves, even as we walk on this material world. It will be transformative, not only for us, okay, but all the energy of those people impacted, just like the ones that are carrying the halos around them, Shakti, where they become enlightened or they became inspired, or you said something kind, or you said something that, or you did not react. Where somebody comes around and said, I'm really sorry. I was just having a bad day and I really didn't mean to come off that way. That's okay. It's all right. I understand. It's okay. I understand. No problem. That is power. And that's how we can walk in our power, is to empower other people by being positive. You're good. You're fantastic. It's fine. Wow, that's great. You have a beautiful smile. It's going to be better. What about only things that come out of our mouth is positive? Let's just do that. Positive. Okay. Just like positive. No, it's okay. Hey, everybody expresses themselves the way they can. It's all good. I love that. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. That's uplifting. That's positive. And that's what we need to get out there, because goodness knows there's enough negativity and the energies to pull you down. We're aware of that. And we want to go ahead and start talking about things that are positive and lift people up. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say namaste to our Facebook Live light workers. And again, if you are interested in being part of the meditation transmission that we do every Monday over 17 years without fail, we work with the Ascended Masters, the Ami Shaddai, the family of light, and you are welcome to be a part of that. Simply look for the Anchoring Light transmission with Baba Sharon, and all you have to do is sign up for Zoom and you're good to go. So with that, I'll say namaste. See you next time.